Hello and welcome back to another one of my soft-spoken videos. I'm resuming the book Daily Life of Trees. Okay, fabulous fungi. Fungi operate like fibre optic internet cables. Their thin fungal filaments penetrate the ground, weaving through it in an almost unbelievable density. Over centuries, a single fungus can cover many square miles and network an entire forest. The fungal connections transmit signals from one tree to the next, helping the trees exchange news about insects, drought, and other dangers. Scientists adopted the term, first coined by the journal Nature for Dr. Samard's discovery of the World Wide Web, pervading our forests. Fungi are amazing. They don't really conform to the one-size-fits-all system we use to classify living organisms as either animals or plants. By definition, plants create their own food out of inanimate material, and therefore they can survive completely independently. It's no wonder that green vegetation must sprout on barren, empty ground before animals can move in. But animals can only survive if they eat other living things. Fungi are in between animals and plants. Their cell walls are made of chitin, a substance never found in plants. What makes them more like insects. In addition, they cannot photosynthesize and so depend on organic connections with other living beings they can feed on. Over decades, a fungus on the ground, cottony web, known as mycelium, expands. There is a fungus in Oregon that is estimated to be 2,400 years old, extends for 2,000 acres, and weighs 660 tons. That makes fungi the largest known living organisms in the world. This giant is not tree friendly, however, since it kills them as it prowls the forest in search of edible tissue. So let's take a look instead at amicable teamwork between fungi and trees. Fungi not only help trees mount defences against insect attacks, with the help of mycelium of an appropriate species for each tree, for instance, the oak milkcap for the oak, but also greatly increase a tree's functionality root surface so that it can suck up considerably more water and nutrients. To enter into a partnership with one of the many thousands of kinds of fungi, a tree must be very open, literally, as the fungal threads grow into its soft root hairs. The fungus not only penetrates and envelopes the tree's roots, but also allows its web to roam through the surrounding forest floor. In so doing, it extends the reach of the tree's own roots as the web grows out towards other trees. Therefore, it connects with the other trees' fungal partners and roots, and so a network is created. When trees grow together, nutrients and water can be optimally divided among them, also that each tree can grow into the forest that it can be. Students at the Institute for Environmental Research at Aachen University, RWTH Aachen, discovered something amazing about photosynthesis in undisturbed beech forests. Each beech tree grows in a unique location. All conditions can vary greatly in just a few yards. The soil can be stony or loose. It can retain a great deal of water or almost no water. Can be full of nutrients or extremely barren. Accordingly, each tree experiences different growing conditions. Therefore, each tree grows more quickly or more slowly and produces more or less sugar or wood. And thus you would expect every tree to be photosynthesizing at a different rate. And that's what makes the research results so astounding. The rate of photosynthesis is the same for all the trees. The trees, it seems, are equalizing differences between the strong and the weak. This equalization is taking place on the ground through the roots. There's obviously a lively exchange going on down there. Whether there's an abundance of sugar and some over, whoever is running short gets help. The fungal networks are acting as gigantic redistribution mechanisms. It's a bit like the way social security systems operate to ensure individual members of society don't fall too far behind. In such a cooperative system, it is not possible for the trees to grow too close to each other. Quite the opposite. Huddling together is desirable, and the trunks are often spaced no more than 3 feet apart, Because of this, the grounds remain small and cramped, and many foresters believe this is not good for the trees. Therefore, plantation trees are spaced out through felling, meaning that supposedly excess trees are removed. However, colleagues from Lübeck in northern Germany have discovered that a beech forest is more productive when the trees are packed together. If you help individual trees by getting rid of their supposed competition, the main trees are bereft. They send messages out to their neighbours in vain, because nothing remains but stumps. Every tree now muddles along on its own, giving rise to great differences in productivity. Some individuals suffer synthetic mad until sugar positively pours along their trunk. As a result, they grow better, but they aren't particularly long-lived. This is because a tree can only be as strong as the forest that surrounds it. And there are now a lot of losers in the forest. Weaker members who would once have been supported by the stronger ones suddenly fall behind. Well, the reason for their decline is their location and lack of nutrients, a passing melee, or genetic makeup. They now fall prey to insects and fungi. But isn't that how evolution works, you ask? The survival of the fittest? Trees would just shake their heads, or rather their crowns. Their well-being depends on their community. And when the supposedly feeble trees disappear, there is lose as well. When that happens, the forest is no longer a single close unit. Our sun and swelling winds can now penetrate to the forest floor and disrupt the moist, cool climate. Even strong trees can get sick a lot over the course of their lives. When this happens, it's their turn to depend on their weaker neighbours for support. If they're no longer there, then all it takes is what would once have been a harmless insect attack to seal the fate of giants. Fungal connections, however, come with a price. For to survive food, fungi would quite simply starve. Therefore, they exact payments from their partner trees in the form of sugar and other carbohydrates. The fungi are not exactly dainty in their requirements. They demand up to a third of the tree's total food production in return for their services. It makes sense in a situation where you are so dependent on other species to leave nothing to chance. And so delicate fibers begin to manipulate the root tips to the roots stay enveloped. First, the fungi listen in on what the tree has to say. Depending on whether that information is useful for them, the fungi begin to produce plant hormones that direct the tree's cell growth to their advantage. In exchange for a rich, sugary reward, the fungi provide a few complementary benefits for the tree, such as filtering out heavy metals, which are less detrimental to the fungi than to the tree's roots. Medical services are also part of the package. Delicate fungal fibers ward off intruders, including attacks by bacteria or destructive fellow fungi. Together with their trees, fungi can live to be many hundreds of years old, as long as they are healthy. But if conditions in their environment change, for instance, as a result of air pollution, then they breathe their last. Their tree partner, however, does not mourn for long. It wastes no time hooking up with the next species that settles in at its feet. Every tree has multiple options for fungi, and it is only then when the last of these passes away it is really in trouble. Again, thank you for watching this video. I will hopefully see you in the next video where we can hopefully be relaxed by the book. See you in the next one. Bye.